the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. We've seen plenty of athletes distraught after losing a game before. But have you ever seen an athlete distraught after winning? I'm not talking about crying tears of joy to celebrate or breathing a sigh of relief. I'm talking about an athlete crying because they thought they lost the game because of something they did on the play. But in reality, their actions led to them winning. In other words, have you ever seen a situation like this one?
Oh no, I broke it!
No, Patrick, you did it!
I did?
Turns out, that's exactly what happened in 1989. A player who didn't know all the rules thought that they just did something that lost the game. But in reality, they just won it. And this is the story behind that. First, we need some context as to how we got to this point. It's November 5th, 1989, and the Minnesota Vikings are hosting the Los Angeles Rams at the Metrodome in this midseason matchup. This is a big game for both teams. Both the Vikings and the Rams sit at 5-3. Minnesota is tied with Green Bay for the lead in the NFC Central, while the Rams, after starting 5-0, have lost 3 straight games and are starting to slide and fall behind the pace in the NFC West, behind the 7-1 and defending Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49ers. A win here by either side would go a long way toward helping the winner at making the postseason. But after 60 minutes, we did not have a winner. It was tied at 21 apiece. For the Rams, they scored 21 points the more conventional way, doing it off of 3 touchdowns. For the Vikings, they scored 21 points by kicking 7 field goals. Rich Karlis finished the game going 7 for 7, with 5 of those kicks coming from inside 30 yards. Every time the Vikings entered the red zone, they just couldn't get anything going. And with that, we had overtime. The Rams got the ball first and they went 3 and out. And that led to this play. And what happens next is the first walk-off safety in NFL history. The man who blocks this punt is Mike Merriweather. He had a great career with the Steelers, making it to 3 straight Pro Bowls from 1984 to 86, and finishing 5th in the league in sacks during the 1984 season, when he had 15. But after a contract dispute that had him miss the entire 1988 season, he was traded on draft day to the Minnesota Vikings. And on this play right here, he made history. The only problem? He didn't realize it at the time, because he thought that on this play, he cost the Vikings the game. He thought that he just blew the game. Merriweather thought that because the ball rolled out of the end zone, it was a touchback. It also doesn't help that this was the first time in the history of the NFL that a game ended on an overtime safety. Because of all of that, because Merriweather had never blocked a punt before, and because Merriweather thought that he had possession, he thought that instead of the Vikings winning the game right there, that the Rams were getting the ball back on the 20-yard line. While the rest of the players and the fans were celebrating, he said, "I kinda had to fight back some tears." He thought that he just choked the game away. It was only after his teammate, Al Noga, told him what happened that he started to celebrate. Said Merriweather afterwards, "All I know is to hit the guy on the other team. I don't know all the rules." What's funny about this punt block is that it was almost by accident. The Vikings set up a punt return play, but the outside guys were free blitzers. Even the Rams were surprised by how the game ended, with punter Dale Hatcher saying that the coaching staff told him that he didn't think the Vikings would come after him. Turns out, the coaching staff thought wrong. Merriweather blocked the punt, thought he lost the game, only to find out that he won it. This play turned out to be huge for the Vikings, as they won the NFC Central and made the postseason over the Green Bay Packers on a tiebreaker. Without the win here, they missed the playoffs. As for the Rams, they still wound up making it, although it came off of a big blunder by the Patriots on the final day of the season. The story on that is in the upper right corner. And yes, we've seen players not know the rules of the game before. Just ask Donovan McNabb his thoughts about games ending in a tie. But a player not knowing the rules to the point where he didn't realize his team just won the game? Without even realizing it, Mike Merriweather went from living a nightmare to becoming the hero on a historic play in NFL history. Be sure to like this video and subscribe down below if you haven't already, as it helps the channel out a lot. And be sure to check out Twitch every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for your chance to play NFL trivia and win cash prizes. Link in the description below. If you want to see videos like this condensed down to 60 seconds, then follow me on TikTok at JaguarGator9 and subscribe to 60-second NFL history on YouTube. Also, special thanks to all of our Patreon supporters for helping the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. See how you can become a patron and request future video topics in the description below.